book on wheel in our buses.
Right.
But books have to reach har haath ek kitab. Every hand has to hold a book. So that is our mission, and we are working to make India read.
We were shooting at the Qila Ghat in Allahabad, Prayagraj now, and there we met a girl. She was part of the nomad family who keep traveling here and there and selling balloons. And when I asked her at the end of the interview that what does she want to do, she mentioned books. She said, I want to read books. And she specifically mentioned books in my hand and not balloons. How do you think that NBT, in collaboration with maybe private players, make sure that even if those kids who are moving, who are part of the nomad family, they can be given the opportunity to read and read more?
Every school who send us, we send 25,000 rupees books free of cost to that institute without any documentation.
Okay, from the NBT's side.
From NBT side. Then other people, like we are developing libraries right now in UP, around 20,000 libraries are coming.
That's
One
great.
panchayat will have one library. Mindset of holding an iPhone or a smartphone in your hand as a status symbol, it has to change. A book in hand has to be a status symbol.
Right.
We have to start gifting books, not bouquets.
I remember my father telling me of saying in Hindi always, Purani coat pehno, nayi kitab kharido. What special message do you have for our listeners to come and visit this place?
और जैसे आपने कहा कि मुझे भी कुछ याद है आपकी हिंदी से सुनने के बाद
जी, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
कि किताबें पढ़ना बहुत ज़रूरी है, बिकॉज किताबें व्यक्ति को व्यक्तित्व देती है, दृष्टि को दृष्टिकोण देती है, नज़र को नज़रिया देती है.
बिल्कुल.
तो अगर आपको व्यक्तित्व चाहिए, एक दृष्टिकोण चाहिए जीवन में और एक नज़रिया चाहिए, तो किताबों को अपना दोस्त बनाना ही होगा. और किताबें आईना होती हैं तो कभी झूठ नहीं बोलती.
It's only words and words that all I have to take your heart away. This famous song from Bee Gees and the cover by Boyzone did take away hearts of many, not just because of its lyrics, not just because of its music, but also because of the theme, words, and that was the name of the album also. Sitting here today at Bharat Mandapam, amid the sea of words at the 53rd New Delhi World Book Fair, it's an immense privilege to be talking to Colonel Yuvraj Malik, who is the Director of National Book Trust and the CEO of New Delhi World Book Fair. Colonel Malik, thank you so much for speaking to One
My
India.
pleasure to be here.
Thank you. This book fair, as far as I remember, and the song that I mentioned in the beginning reminds me of my college days back in the 2000s. And a book fair at Pragati Maidan, now Bharat Mandapam, was a regular feature. What is the speciality this time around for the 53rd edition?
New Delhi World Book Fair is always a special feature and the most awaited event of the year. The new year starts with the festivity of words, books, as you said, and New Delhi World Book Fair 2026 has come back with a new festivity, with a new theme of Indian military history, valor and wisdom. This is the main theme of the festival, where we are celebrating this book fair and documenting, acknowledging and celebrating the military history in the form of books, literature, group discussions, book release functions, exhibitions, and of course a lot of documentaries that we are playing out here. The idea of this complete process is to bring in the forefront the military history. That's a very important segment of our literary heritage. And theme has been Valour and Wisdom. So we are celebrating Valour and Wisdom with words and books.
Right.
And another important part of this book fair this year is that this is the first time in the history of book fair, this book fair has become ticket free to ensure that we have a large participation, to bring our generation back to the power of books and to the world of literature.
Yeah, absolutely. Colonel Malik, I can't help but ask you this personal question as we move ahead also. Military history, and you being an active serving member of the Indian Armed Forces, how does it touch you personally, first of all? And secondly, military's history, what was the need to bring it to the fore now?
See, this is a very important phase in any country's life. We are in Amrit Kal, where we are looking forward to become a developed nation by 2047. So what kind of heroes we will have? Who will be our icons? Whom will we celebrate? Who will inspire us? So I think since 1947, we had war in 47, 48, 62, 65, 71, 99, and recently Operation Sindoor. So this complete lineage of military contribution need to be acknowledged. And our armed forces has played a very important role in nation building with their sacrifices, with their valor, with their stories of courage. And if we bring out this in the forefront, I'm sure our younger generation will connect with their heroes, will get inspired from their heroic stories. And most importantly, this complete segment, which is a sideline concept so far, now this has come in the forefront. Now people think this is an important stream of literature and inspired by real-time heroes, and seeing the response in all these sessions and book release events. So I feel glad that I'm able to bring younger generation to know who gave their all for their today.
Absolutely. And wielding a weapon and also wielding a pen, you are seeing best of both the worlds there in military itself. A lot of writers also are coming from the armed forces background, active, serving also, and retired as well. Do you believe that books and the collation of the events as part of history is very important to keep the lineage and the courage alive?
See what we are, whom we call civilization. We know that we are a civilization only because of the records that we have, only because of the books that we have, only the documented proofs tells you how rich you were. So if we do not document our history today, there will be a gap in the history. And we will have to read a distorted history, a fabricated history. So it's high time when things are happening, we document them and we start developing a culture of creating a platform for that. So that's the whole idea. And if you look in Indian philosophy of war, we never have a philosophy of war. We have a philosophy of youth that we call dharmi youth. That is driven by our karma, and we don't fight war to win and dominate. India dominates by the power of books, literature, words, and wisdom. So we fight war for peace. So that is the whole message that we want to give to the world.
Profound, profound, Colonel Malik. I would say one important aspect that has come out is Qatar is the guest of honor country and Spain as the focus country. These two countries, any specific reason?
Yeah, of course. Every year, a lot of countries participating. This year, we have more than 35 countries participating into our book fair. Qatar is our guest of honor country, and wherein they have brought a large delegation of authors, a lot of writers, scholars, a lot of media personnel, and also cultural artists are performing here. We have a beautiful stand curated by them in their architectural flavor. We have their craft, their cuisine out there. We see their calligraphy. So idea is to bring people to people closer. Idea to bring country to country closer. And it's part of book diplomacy that we have. So anything around that. And all these things definitely help Indian diaspora also to understand other part of the world. Similarly, Spain also brought a big delegation. Japan has brought a delegation of more than 25 people. France has brought a delegation. So more than 100 authors from other countries are integrating through the power of words, that as you have mentioned earlier. And we do the same thing. India also participate in other book fairs as guest of honor country. Recently we did in Russia. Next year we are going to Colombia to showcase. So these are part of cultural and literary exchange programs, and it's part of the protocol between two nations. And I'm glad we get to see the world through these pavilions.
Absolutely. And what a better option than this, demonstrating the soft power of India that you also mentioned about knowledge and peace. When we were coming here to speak to you for this podcast, we saw lots of children and young attendees here. What is special for them here, and what can they expect?
See, children come with a lot of dreams in their eyes, a lot of aspiration, a lot of expectations. So to keep in that mind, we have created a new pavilion, hall number 6, only and exclusively for the children. We have a big Kids Express segment in that, in which they can have a lot of competitions, events, creative activities, and other events on the sideline of the pavilion. And they can express themselves in all the way they want. It will definitely, it's a very treat to see the children. And not only children, their parents are also sitting and doing the same thing at this age. So that's one thing. Secondly, we have brought out a special Rashtriya Pustakale corner, where they can go and scan, and even you can scan at your home. And that will help you to get 6,000 ebooks free of cost in your mobile, laptop, or iPad. So that's another initiative to make our younger generation feel, because you should have both the options. Physical books, of course, more than 1,000 publishers on display with these 1,000 stalls. But at the same time, ebooks, audiobooks. So
changing with time.
So that's catching fascination, and especially the weapon display by our armed forces. So many selfie points and military theme that they can see. So altogether is a great festivity. Culture pavilion that we have, amphitheater, a lot of artists are performing. So I feel the book fair is not just a book fair around books. It's a book festival with festivity for the entire family. So it has become a family event. So every entire families are coming.
Right.
So all are enjoying things around them, and it's a very very soothing sign to see that we are able to see that book culture is reviving.
Absolutely no. Before we move ahead, a candid confession: I must bring my family also here to show them, how fascinating the gathering here is. Coming to NBT, the National Book Trust, its role in promoting reading habits, its role in telling the world that India, be it New Delhi or be it the whole country, is not just limiting itself to its own literature, but also welcoming the world's work done. How big is the role from the NBT's side here?
See, last almost 7 decades, National Book Trust India has been working for the promotion of books and especially publishing sector. And with 60 plus languages that we publish, we translate even all tribal languages. The idea is to take content from one section to the another part of the society. And it includes not only India, but abroad also. So we have a large number of publications which have been borrowed with copyright from other countries. And similarly, our content has gone into other UN languages. So through the power of translation, we are able to serve the need of the society and provide the content in the language the people wants to read. Second important point is that we bring out very affordable books, which is very, very important in today's era. The books have to be affordable, and we do on nominal margin basis that we do. Then providing accessibility. We have book fair like this across the country in all states and capitals. And where we can't have book fair, we have book exhibitions. Where we can't have book exhibition, we send book on wheel in our buses.
Right.
But books have to reach har haath ek kitab. Every hand has to hold a book. So that is our mission, and we are working to make India read. And in the same mandate, this year we started National Reading Campaign, in which we are documenting the best reading practices in India, so that it can empower the academic institutions, schools, colleges, universities, and they can adopt and learn from these established practices. And of course, in a way, we will not only make India read, we will also make India lead, and most importantly, to push the concept of knowledge economy. That is the need of the hour.
Absolutely. Before I take the final question here, since you mentioned books on wheels and also taking, Har Haath Ek Kitab, this particular initiative and the need for it was highlighted. I remember in 2024 when Kumbh Mela was about to start, and we were shooting at the Kila Ghat in Allahabad, Prayagraj now, and there we met a girl. She was part of the nomad family who keep traveling here and there and selling balloons. I still distinctly remember her name, Chandni. And when I asked her at the end of the interview that what does she want to do, she mentioned books. She said, I want to read books. And she specifically mentioned books in my hand and not balloons. This particular aspect, Colonel Malik, how do you think that NBT, in collaboration with maybe private players, make sure that even if those kids who are moving, who are part of the nomad family, they can be given the opportunity to read and read more, apart from the academics that they can register maybe?
I want to mention, it's a very important question you have brought out. Recently, we organized a book fair in the farthest in the last edge of border, which is like Kupwara, Handwara, and Pulwama.
Oh, okay.
So more than 8,000 students participated in an essay competition, debate competition, and a mini book fair out there. Out of them, around 8 people we brought to Delhi and showed them this book fair. They never dreamt in their life that they can come to Delhi and be part of the new Delhi World Book Fair, which is world largest B2C book fair.
Right.
So this is the power of communication that exists.
Okay.
Now, as you said, of course, we do receive at least 1,000 requests every year where schools send us requests for free books. So every school who send us, we send 25,000 rupees books free of cost to that institute without any documentation.
Okay, from the NBT's side.
From NBT side. Then other people, like we are developing libraries right now in UP, around 20,000 libraries are coming.
That's
One
great.
panchayat will have one library. So that is the kind of way work is going on. We have created more than 6,000 libraries in northeast states. So we are working very aggressively on this aspect so that accessibility can be increased. And as you said, books, of course. And in our book fairs, we give the prizes as books only. We do not give any other price. We give price in
Right.
terms of coupon. They can buy a book of their choice, or we give them the books. And this mindset has to change. Mindset of holding an iPhone or a smartphone in your hand as a status symbol, it has to change. A book in hand has to be a status symbol.
It has
85-inch
to be.
screen in the drawing room cannot be a status symbol. Those 100 classic books in your drawing room has to be the status symbol. We
Right.
have to start gifting books, not bouquets. And
Very-
at least once in a month, if not once in a week, once in a month, when we go to mall, we have to find where is that bookstore that we need to visit. If you make your generation go to the bookstore while you go to the mall, I'm telling you, it bring a transformational change in the destiny of the nation, because we are going to create a reader, and a reader will become a responsible citizen, a law-abiding citizen who would love to contribute to the nation. And this is how this complete process. Last week, I heard a statement in media, Secretary of State of UK.
Uh-huh.
She has mentioned that 40% decline in last 20 years in reading habits in UK and US. She named
And
it
these are the developed economies.
geostrategic threat.
Geostrategic.
Decline in reading is a geostrategic threat. So that means we have to understand reading as an investment which will give dividends in years to come. What we will publish today will shape the mindset of the society. What we will make our generation read will decide how this generation will take decisions after 20 years. So we are playing with a very sensitive product that is neurons of the society. So we have to be very, very responsible and ensure that we shape the neurons very, very responsibly with the power of books.
Absolutely, I agree. And those young students or young parents, or new parents who are watching this broadcast, I must say that books, as Colonel Malik says, and as the saying also goes, are the ever-burning lamps of accumulated wisdom, as they say. And you're right, Colonel Malik. I remember my father telling me of saying in Hindi always कि पुरानी कोट पहनो नई किताब खरीदो. He kept telling this. I still distinctly remember it. And I understand now, the more we grow, the more usage, I mean, these tabs might be there, might get developed, but books, their value remains intact and it increases all the more. Colonel Malik, final question. 2 more days to go. What special message do you have for our listeners to come and visit this place?
Only one message I will give, that this is the biggest book fair. You will have all kind of options to choose your book. This is a complete family event, absolutely ticket free. There's nothing to hassle. You have to just come as a guest. और जैसे आपने कहा कि मुझे भी कुछ याद है आपकी हिंदी से सुनने के बाद,
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
कि किताबें पढ़ना बहुत ज़रूरी है, बिकॉज किताबें व्यक्ति को व्यक्तित्व देती हैं,
बिल्कुल
दृष्टि को दृष्टिकोण देती है, नज़र को नज़रिया देती है.
बिल्कुल.
तो अगर आपको व्यक्तित्व चाहिए, एक दृष्टिकोण चाहिए जीवन में और एक नज़रिया चाहिए, तो किताबों को अपना दोस्त बनाना ही होगा. और किताबें आईना होती हैं तो कभी झूठ नहीं बोलती.
बिल्कुल.
तो सच का सामना सुनना है तो किताबों को दोस्त बनाइए.
दोस्त बनाए, बिल्कुल. कर्नल मलिक, मुझे ऐसा लगता है, मुझे यहाँ कहना होगा कि ये मेरे लिए भी उतना ही रिवॉर्डिंग और नॉलेजेबल एक आपके साथ इंटरेक्शन रहा. और मुझे लगता है किताबों के बीच हम लोग यहाँ पर बैठे हुए हैं, लाखों करोड़ों किताबें यहाँ पर हैं, आपसे बातचीत और एनबीटी के रोल पर भी हमें ऐसा लगता है कि भविष्य इज डेफिनेटली वेरी सिक्योर. And we wish you all the very best to you and your team. Thank you so much for speaking to OneIndia. This was Colonel Yuvraj Malik speaking to OneIndia. He is the Director of National Book Trust India and CEO of New Delhi World Book Fair. Thank you so much, Colonel
Thank you.
Malik.
It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
Subscribe to OneIndia and never miss an update. Download the OneIndia app now.